In this video, Theme Park Wizard is joined by his favorite pixie duster, OG55, and we're talking all about Universal. We're talking Universal Beijing. We're talking Universal Hollywood. We're also going to diverge a little bit and talk a little Blackpink. You know, there's a little contract drama with one of the girls in the group. Wizard and I are big fans of that group, so we're going to discuss that as well at the very end. But stay tuned. This episode of OG55. Welcome aboard to another episode of OG55. Today, I am joined by the one, the only Ethan, aka Theme Park Wizard. Ethan, welcome back to the channel, my man.
Welcome. Thanks for inviting me to the illustrious OG55.
Yes. Ethan, if you could let everybody at home know where they can buy your merch, where they can find you on social media. There's been a lot of new stuff going on your side with YouTube and podcasts and all that. So let everyone know where they can find you, and I'll link it down below.
You can find me on YouTube at Theme Park Wizard. You can buy all my crap with a 65% upcharge on themeparkwizard.shop. And you can check out my brand new podcast, the Theme Park Universe podcast, on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube, and Google, and iHeartRadio. All down below in the link.
Yes. Twice a month. And for those people familiar, well, obviously, if you're watching my channel, you're familiar with my channel, but VashSky, Dre is his co-host. The doctor is his co-host for that podcast. So we wish Dre the very best, obviously. And Wizard, I wish you all the success, brother. So we'll link it down below, and everyone should definitely check them out. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started here. We're talking a little Universal today. I mean, come on, we got Theme Park Wizard on the channel, man.
Wizard's on the house.
We have to talk about Universal. We got Wizard here. You know what I'm saying? It's like. Mm-hmm. So this is actually from your YouTube, your main channel, right? Theme Park Wizard. And I want to set the table just a little bit. You're at Universal Hollywood. Now, this plot of land right here on this hillside is going to be the new Fast and Furious roller coaster. Now, before I play your video, Ethan, if you can explain, because a lot of people on my channel are a lot of Disney people. They might not be familiar necessarily with what's coming here. If you can kind of explain what this Fast and Furious coaster is going to be, and then I'll go ahead and play your video.
Well, actually, it's going to be based on Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift as a direct response to San Francisco. Just kidding. That'll be funny, though. That little bridge. But this is this plot of land is via a massive roller coaster themed to Fast and Furious. And as you can see here, they are terraforming the hill there so they can get the land ready for the supports. Now, this coaster will go all the way back towards the fire station, which is down on the lower lot over there, and come back up. But we have multiple launches and go 73 miles per hour and should open in early 2025.
That's wild, man. This
is going to be where the animal actors in the special effects show were. They tore those down, but no, does not know.
Well, and that was a smart move. I mean, like, here's the thing, and we'll play the video in a second, but I think it's a really smart move. Obviously, I'm sure the animal actor thing had an audience. I love animals. I'm a dog owner. I'm a huge animal person. But this is much more mainstream. This is much more for the normies. I also think it's a smart move because Universal Studios Hollywood, at least, not the Orlando parks, but Hollywood, has sort of been passed over from coaster enthusiasts, right? Not a lot of coaster people really consider this park. I think this will change the game for Universal in that regard, because you'll have this. And now, are they keeping the Mummy, or did they decide on that yet, Ethan?
Not okay. So the Mummy, I think in the super long term will go, but it'll be around for a few years. And I think next is the Falls Lake area where they're gonna expand and then do the lower lot. So it'll be around probably at least past the Olympic time.
Okay, so we're gonna have this coaster, and then we're gonna have the Mummy, and I'm sure they're gonna expand upon their coaster roster going forward too. So I think this is a good thing. It kind of diversifies the park quite a bit, and it's an interesting placement as to where they're putting it on this hill. It's going to kind of zoom and corral through Universal the lot in a very interesting way. So I'm gonna go ahead and play your video, Ethan, and we'll talk about it along the way. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Again, more tree clearing and terraforming happening for preparation for the supports and tracks for the coaster coming up, which would be nice. And yeah, they're making tons and tons of progress. Clearing is going all the way towards the fire station, and on the top over here, clearing continues as well. Again, still got a little bit of that basement left to go, but that's just about it. Once they get rid of
now up there, you can see Krusty Land and the Simpsons and all that stuff. Any word on that, Ethan? Any updates since last time we had you on the channel regarding the future of that area?
Not sure, honestly, because let's see, maybe something happens in 2025, but I'm not sure yet. That one's a little murky, but we'll have to see. Also,
yeah.
Gosh, I don't really watch my own videos, so this is really the first time noticing this. I got a new $136 stabilizer camera on Amazon. Wow, it looks great.
It looks fantastic.
Of moving, whoa, it's so cool. So I'm just noticing this for the first time. I was like mind blown. I'm glad.
Yeah. No, it looks fantastic. I watch your stuff all the time, and your stuff has always been really, really good. And you've been really stepping it up in terms of like your equipment and the production value. So yeah, absolutely.
Thumbnails. Oh my god, I'm elevating your OG status here.
You're elevating, man. You're elevating. It looks great.
Those walls, then that is just about it for the clearing. They'll start grading and flattening out the top as well. Then can't wait till the next phase of construction when the good stuff happens. The good stuff are track pieces, supports, and foundations for sports, and then eventual testing of the roller coaster.
Now it's supposed to, like, right here is the stairway, or the starway is what they call it. Now,
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the coaster supposed to kind of go under or over that starway, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, let's see here. Let me see if I can, let's see.
I think that's interesting.
It's supposed to go right. Here you go. Here's the share my screen. I have the site plan.
Oh, nice. I'll go ahead and share it once I get it.
Oh, oops, hold on. I forgot to share my own screen.
There we go. All right. So cool. All right.
So see right here. So right around here is this is what we're looking at now, the special effects stuff. And then it's gonna come out of this dual loading station. See, it's dual loading with that little thing there. And then it's gonna go around, boom, that's gonna be the first launch. Go around, go zoom around here, and then wait, am I looking this way? Yeah, oh yes. Yeah. Zoom around here, then come around here. Now this is gonna be a massive dive loop. So up and over, and then zoom. Now this long stretch where it zooms up to 73 miles per hour. And then it comes around, then zooms around here, and then it goes on another dive loop. See, this is the part where there's the starway, and then it goes over and under it and comes back up. That's the final area right there. So the grand finale will be going over and under the people, and then if you're on the starway, it'll be cool because you can look up and they'll be like this coaster train just zooming over you. Be like,
yeah.
insane.
That's gonna be pretty crazy, man, because that's gonna add a lot of, I think, kinetic energy to the park as well, because you're gonna see this from probably multiple areas when you're in the park. It's gonna add a lot of that kinetic energy. That is freaking wild, man. Absolutely wild. All right, let's continue with your coverage, and we also have a hotel coming too. We'll talk about. So.
Oh yes.
So, which would be pretty awesome. Looking on over here, they have cleared all this shrubbery. Looks like they have
part right there.
Wanted to clear. There's
that'll be the one of the edges of the loop. So it'll be coming around and then like going under there, under that escalator, and coming back up.
Wow. Now this is a ride, Ethan, that I'll probably, when we go to the park together, I'll probably be waiting for you while you ride. I'll take pictures when you're from down below, buddy. I'm a little chicken. I don't know if I could do this one, but
Even a tree that he chopped up over there. I don't see any markings on these trees, so maybe these guys are safe. And yeah, this is pretty great and flat already. They should have to do some more grading, but looks pretty good. And I don't know if this is related or not, maybe to electrical, but I see some markings, right? Some survey markings right down there, that red arrow.
now did you notice that?
Yeah.
That golf cart just ran, that blew through that stop sign.
The stop sign. Very bad, you know. They should have one of those red light cameras there and take it and get
Exactly.
And something about a fire hydrant. Not sure if that's related to what's going on the coaster here, but it's very interesting and looks pretty good so far. Take a look at the dirt hill over here, and
it's
about
crazy, you know. If you've never been to Hollywood, Universal Hollywood before, now OG has. Can you believe how different this looks without all the trees and the shrubbery there? Like, it looks like a completely different. Like, it makes the escalator feel like taller or something because it looks like you're like, whoa, there's like nothing. When I first saw it, I thought it was crazy. I was like, whoa, this is the same spot I was looking at 3 weeks ago. You know?
It's wild, and it actually looks like more space now too. Like there's more.
That's what I thought. I was like, wow, it's really opened up a bit. Like,
yeah. It's pretty cool. Now, any word on, there used to be a sign they took down, the Universal City. Any word on that? Are they going to save that? Did they get rid of it? Is it going to be donated? Have you heard anything on that yet, Ethan?
Unfortunately, to my very big sadness, it was demolished and like literally torn apart and scrapped to pieces. Scrapped.
Oh, man.
I was like, not even a museum. Not even the letter, not even like, because it was cool how Disney put the California sign, they put in the Sacramento Expo. Yeah, so they'll see it. I'm like, that'd be cool if we can. I was hoping to go to some type of museum or something, but I guess it didn't.
Yeah, we were talking on Twitter, I think, with Park Journey about they should donate it to Valley Relics.
Right down here. I mean, even just like 2 letters, that'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they should have donated it to you. You could have put that in your house, man.
Hello, I would put it right here in the back. Big U.
Boom.
Same as last week, but they are definitely pushing dirt and terraforming. You can see some more terraformed lines starting to form right over there. Gonna make it, like you can see almost like we see on the freeways when they make those sand walls. They kind of push the mountain. That's what's happening over here, and. So they'll be doing this probably I'd say to at least the end of 4 nights. But no, they're pretty fast workers, so maybe not. We'll be watching this progress every.
Was that some low key shade at Disney? Yeah, they're pretty fast workers.
They're pretty fast workers, kiddo. Pretty fast.
If anything changes. Just did a lights on tour of the Stranger Things house. That was fun. And got some dinner at La Cocina. Now,
I wanted to also touch upon the hotel, which I want to say, and I say this every single time I bring up this hotel, Wizard and Universal Core were the first to break this news, and they got a lot of shit from it on the community and everything. Oh, you guys are crazy. They're not doing that. Oh, it's happening, y'all. It's happening. And him and Core both said it months ago. So let's go ahead and check out the progress for that.
We opened Starbucks. Yeah, more green markings like the ones right over there, and see the white right there. They used to have been appearing on planter boxes throughout the 2 unpaved parking lots, the Woody Woodpecker lot, and I think this other one might be Woody Woodpecker as well. But yeah, throughout the entire lot, from preferred all the way to handicap here, these green markers have been appearing. More markers over there. The center island over there, you can see as it focuses right in that center planter. That's very interesting. Oops, sorry. Very interesting. We watch this very, very closely.
Okay, so now those green markers are in the parking lot where the hotel's going to be, correct?
Yeah, I was driving along, and I was looking. I always looked to the left, and I'm like, I was like, oh, there's a green thing. And I thought maybe it's just for that planter. And I was driving, I was like, oh, there's another one. I was walking, I was in the thing all over. I'm like, oh boy. And so someone actually informed me on the forums that is the a step before they start digging. So I guess in a couple months they'll start digging because they're gonna dig for some type of utility relocation. Then so some digging will be happening probably by January, I'd say.
Now, what kind of hotel will be going in that spot in particular? Now, this is at the entrance by the big globe, right? So
yeah, the entrance.
What are we looking at?
To the Jurassic parking lot. That whole parking lot is all marked up. Huge.
Oh,
and that will be. Let's see. The permit states it's an 11-story, 500-room hotel. So I'm guessing it's just a nice, very wide resort type entrance hotel, which would be super nice. Probably similar to the one that just opened in Beijing.
Yeah, and that one's a beautiful hotel. That's a beautiful hotel. It's a smart move. I mean, Universal, and I've said this many times with Disneyland Resort, you want to get into that tourist market more and more and more. You want to tap into that because that tourist money is big freaking money. So I think they're smart to do that. And I think that it would, I think there's a market for it too. I mean, Universal, I know they have, I think right next door, the Hilton, but to have a Universal owned themed hotel, I think would be, I think even the locals would really be drawn to that. So that's a smart move. So we'll see. And now, when do they think that'll open? Or when do we,
I've heard 2026.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's pretty fast because we're kind of like closing out 2023 already. It's only about 2 years.
Yeah. So I have major construction probably in January and probably opens, in mid to late 2026 hopefully in time for the World Cup, which is coming to Los Angeles in that summer.
Okay, so you have World Cup in 2026, and we also have the Olympics in 2028, right?
That's right. And by then, the second hotel should be done.
Oh man, so they're making moves. They're trying to get these things up before all that stuff. And like you mentioned on the channel many times, Universal or Comcast has the right to the Olympics. So they're probably going to be broadcasting from Universal Hollywood, and then you got the hotel there.
You can put up all the employees over there. Pretty nice.
Yeah, no, exactly. Now let's pivot to Universal Beijing, which I know absolutely nothing about. You are the Universal guy, but I want to talk about it because apparently they're expanding that resort, if I'm not mistaken, Ethan.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this is some bombshell news that came here. Alrighty. So the current Universal Beijing Resort opened in 2021, and it's 1.8 kilometers. Yes, they measure things in like miles and stuff. So it's 1.8 kilometers, and now next year they're breaking ground on a massive expansion of not just the park but the whole resort, and they're gonna make a 2.2 kilometer expansion. So they're gonna make an expansion that's 0.4 kilometers bigger than the current park, current resort right now. So that's like a room for another parking, more hotels and city walk type stuff. Not sure it's going to go. They didn't specify what detail is going in, but apparently it's being pushed by the Chinese government to increase tourism, and also because I guess the economy is not too great, so they want to keep they said. What did they say? They said their jobs for the younger population aren't aplenty, so they're trying to push for more jobs for the younger population, and this is just one of the ways they're trying to do it. So it's being pushed and partially funded by the Beijing government, and should open in a few years, which would be pretty cool.
Well, it's interesting to me how both Disney and Universal, because right now the relationship between the U.S. and China is like kind of rocky, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that they seem to be like almost like both of these companies seem to be doubling down on that market. And I think you're right. Like, I mean, it's the Chinese government.
Utopia. Yeah, that's so interesting.
Exactly. And I think it is the Chinese government, like you said, with the economy, they're pushing these expansions and what have you, but it's very, very interesting. Now, does Universal, because I know Disney doesn't like fully own the Asia parks. Is it the same situation with Universal over there, like with the Beijing? Okay.
It's like 51-49. Like they own, Universe owns like 49, and China owns like the most. And it's more that type of licensing thing that's going on that Disney usually does with with Tokyo. But they do own some of it.
Yeah, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. Now you were mentioning too, like with the I think it's the Beijing park. They have a Jurassic Park ride that you think might be the ride vehicle might be what they will use for our Avengers e-ticket.
Yeah, so this Jurassic World ride here in Beijing is like the Transformers ride vehicle, but like more advanced. It's almost like probably what we used at the new Harry Potter ride in Epic Universe. But the difference between the Transformers ride and the Jurassic World one is the Jurassic World one has screens to help what's going on. It's like a sky, it's a screen, like a sunset-filled sky is a screen. But the majority of the props are like these trees, and the big Indominus Express that chases you is a massive animatronic, and it literally chasing you around as you're backing up. And that's where the difference comes in, because Transformers is all screens, but this is just mostly animatronics and large sets. So when they said, the Imagineers said about the Avengers ride, they said large sets and some media. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe the screen will just be like kind of like a sky or some kind of like setting, but the main action will be large. And if you let me try to find it. These large animatronics and massive sets, because the building is huge. And that's why, after that, I was like, ooh, that could be a very exciting Avengers ride. Not just people may just think, oh, it's just Transformers. But no, look at the Beijing ride. And then you'll be very excited about the potential Avengers ride if it doesn't change again, because that sounds very promising to me.
Yeah, no, me too. I was really encouraged when I heard that from Imagineering. It was a post by Imagineering, so you can't get more official than that, And to hear that they're going all in on big physical sets, this is exactly what California Adventure needs. We have one big e-ticket really in that park, which is Radiator Springs Racers. A family ride. I don't really consider the Incredicoaster an e-ticket necessarily, and it's not really a family ride because it's very restricted as to who can ride it.
Yeah, and has a large height requirement for Disney too.
Exactly. And I think it'll be very good for this park because you need to take the pressure off of Radiator Springs Racers. You have to have one more ride that's equivalent in scope and scale.
Especially when it goes down, because Radiator Springs Racers goes down a bit. So, then there's like, where do you go now? And then even more so, notice one of the big rides goes down, especially Radiator Springs Racers, the Guardians and Incredicoaster and Grizzly queues just shoot up. So it'll be nice to have another capacity taker. So
exactly. So now this is so this is Universal Beijing, and this is the Jurassic. This is the ride you think might be similar to our Avengers ride.
Yeah. So here's the nice looking queue, and then you get on this little stupid ad.
Look at those pants, Eden. Wow, man, we should both rock those at the parks.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, I wouldn't lose here. So that's good. So you get on. So the Transformers ride vehicle seem like not even like a Jeep, but it's like a something. And then this kind of reminds me of the Jurassic World in Hollywood, though. The entrance there. But then you go see here's an example. The screen is not really, you see, it's like helping, it's just setting the tone. It's not like an actual screen ride type thing. And let's see here. So this one, but then you see, even in here, there's a screen. You can see there's clearly some space in the front. So if they wanted to add an animatronic, they could see that here's the actual dinosaur animatronic, and the screen is behind you. So that's cool.
Oh, this is cool, man.
And it's
great use of screens and physical props. Great use.
And the way that Imagine described it, that's what it seemed like they're doing, because he said large sets and then blended with physical media. So I feel like it's going to be something like that, which is great to me. People say screens, but screens aren't all bad if you use them correctly,
Ethan, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great point. And it's not screens in and of itself is not a bad thing. When utilized properly, like the Spider-Man ride over at Island of Adventure, that's perfect example of screens being done the right way. This ride, another flawless example of it being done the right correctly. I even think like on a smaller scale, like the Alice in Wonderland kind of renovation they did.
Building it, they can make it a Jurassic World land, you know, they can expand it. But I haven't heard anything. But boy, if I get a mummy replacement like this, that'll be a pretty nice dark ride for Universal.
Yeah,
again, since Transformers is the same vehicle, if they just made Transformers into this, just by you see how there's like probably like maybe 3 actual screens in there, but most of this is, you know, large animatronics like that. You know? So if the Avengers is like this, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, this is dope, dude. This is really impressive. I had no idea. This is the first time ever seeing this. I like this a lot.
Like,
wow, this is cool. This is really cool. You know who would love this ride is Showcase of Wishes, our buddy Showcase. He's all into dinosaurs.
Showcase. Oh my god, he would love. There's like a dinosaur in every corner. Like,
that is awesome, brother. Yeah, this is interesting stuff. I mean, I hope you're right. I hope they take that route where they have like the large physical sets, and they just use these screens as sort of like little touches to enhance the physical, you know. And I think if they do that, DCA will have a gem on their hands. You and I are both huge DCA fans.
Have you seen the Jurassic World, like the land itself? Look, let's hold on, because it has like, it's like not like the rest of them. It's just has a nice, cool, like, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this, OG. Watch this.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So what's the best? Okay, here it is. This is not even like the main ride, but it's so very nice. Hold on, let's see. Hold on, there it is. Share screen.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay.
So it has the centerpiece is this mountain here, and there's it's like they call this a powered coaster. So it's not really a roller coaster, but it's like a dark ride. But it's like a bigger version of Peter Pan, and like there's a dark ride in this mountain, and you go through it. It's pretty cool, and it's surrounded by a massive lake, and then you have that other Jurassic World ride to the left. But it's a real it's Universal's first like ground up Jurassic World, not Jurassic Park, but Jurassic World land, and it looks pretty great. I wish this would go somewhere in the United States because it'll be.
No, this is beautiful, and they're really kind of doubling down on Jurassic World. From what we understand, the rumor for the Universal Cruise Line is that you would actually go to Jurassic World, right? Like they would have an island, and you would actually go there,
which would be pretty awesome. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, there's the rest of Beijing. That's the ride we just saw. And that's the mountain.
That looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right. Well, let's pivot now to our last and final topic. Let me go ahead and pull up my screen, and we'll.
Oh, you gotta play the drop. Any drop.
Oh yeah. Here we go. I got a drop right here. We'll do
Orange Grove 55.
It's the revolution.
There we go.
The revolution.
There we go.
There's a revolution going on in the K-pop.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And this is courtesy of CNBC. It says here the shares of K-pop agency YG Entertainment, by the way, plunged 9% after a Blackpink member.
Pretty huge, but 9% is nothing to sniff about. Yeah.
That's a big drop. After a Blackpink member.
People complain when Disney drops 1%. So imagine if it would drop 9%.
Not 9% on the rumor of just one member of this group, which is absolutely crazy. It says here after Blackpink member Lisa reportedly rejects contract offer. So it says here shares of YG Entertainment, which manages K-pop girl group Blackpink, suffered its largest one-day drop since September of 2012, tumbling almost 9%. According to South Korean media, one of the members, Thailand-born Lisa, rejected 2 offers from YG with the contract reportedly worth 50 billion South Korean won, which is 37 million US dollars. Blackpink, made up of members Jisoo, Jennie, and Ethan's favorite, Rose, in addition to Lisa, has been one of YG's entertainment most successful K-pop groups. the news comes as Blackpink wraps up its Born Pink World Tour in what has been described as the largest world tour by a K-pop girl group. So this is interesting. So this is the second time that Lisa has reportedly turned down YG's offer. So what's going to happen here, Ethan? Like, if they don't come up with a deal with Lisa, I mean, they might disband, right? I mean, how could you have Blackpink without all four? You just can't.
Yeah, this is it's very interesting stuff because, and first of all, let's see again. I can you believe this? It was August 2022 that I first when I saw I didn't see him, but Blackpink came to Los Angeles on their world tour, and they started off here at the Bank of California Stadium, a little soccer stadium downtown, and then a year later they're over here selling out Dodger Stadium. That's insane. Like, and the ticket price for the soccer stadium was like, I remember it was like $40 or $50. Because I was looking at them, I couldn't even make it at the time. But now the Dodger Stadium started like $200. That's insane. A massive popularity growth. Like,
well, yeah, and because we were looking to go to that concert, and like it was like $200 for like the nosebleeds.
Way up top, yeah. Like you can they'd be like ants. Like there's no way.
There's no way. I mean, and then if you want any kind of decent seat, it's like $800, $900, $1,000.
And so, it was sold out. Every seat was full, which is crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, these girls have really blown up in the past year or so. They've really blown up, and that's the thing. Lisa is like, I mean, she's one of the more popular members of the group. She has that song "Money," which is hugely popular. So she's trying to get a good deal out of YG. Now, here's the thing:
she's trying to get some money.
She's trying to get some money.
Everyone silent. Listen to my money talk.
There we go, Lisa. Thank you for that. She's trying to get.
She's projecting $37 million. Wow, that's already a lot of money. Wow, I wonder how much you want. Like, what you want, like 50, 75 million? Like, woo wee! You'll never have to sing again. Like, my goodness.
Well, that's the thing too, is like YG's in a real tough spot because you have this huge group who's really at the peak of their game right now. They're more popular now than they've ever been. So they're almost like they kind of have to. Like if they don't, like YG is screwed. I mean, their stock tumbled 9% just on the rumor that she might not renew.
Yeah.
What would happen if she doesn't renew?
After that, they quickly put out a statement saying, "Hold on, guys, nothing's been finalized yet." Because they saw their stock plans. Like, oh, we gotta do something.
You gotta do something.
I'm surprised they haven't done something. No, I mean, wow. Now I'm curious. I don't know. Do you know how much the other girls get paid? Or what?
No, I read this report that their status of their contract renewal is also unknown. So this is the thing too, because the girls are very close in real life. They're like family. These girls are like super close
together. Always travel. I think they're all Disneyland together. I saw one of the times.
Yeah, they're like sisters. So I would imagine if Lisa doesn't renew, I would imagine the other girls wouldn't either. So YG's in a rock and a hard place, right? They better give Lisa whatever the fuck she wants, because I'm telling you, YG, if she's asking for $60 million or something, you better just give it to her. Because
did they say why? Did she give a specific reason why she rejected twice? Was just because there's not enough money, or did she have a problem with one of the other stipulations or something?
It didn't say, but there are rumors that there are other issues with besides just the money. So maybe it's like a control thing.
With the group, or not with the other girls, right? Just with the management.
With Lisa and YG. Supposedly there were rumors that there is some issues with not just the money, but maybe some control or whatever else is going on in that contract that they don't like.
YG, but don't mess around, YG. You mess around, you find out.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I think at the end of the day, they probably will renew all of them, because I think there's too much riding on it for YG.
I mean, look, I think they sold out all their shows of the tour. I mean, they'd be stupid not to renew them.
Oh yeah,
because I don't know who else they manage or own, but certainly not any other names that are world recognized. So. I don't think they'd be. And then Shoot, and as you see, the girls they aren't afraid to branch out and try other stuff too. And so it's that, you know, like Jenny was on The Idol, you know, making in a rumor she may be in a Marvel movie. So eventually they can be like, excuse me, I don't need you. I have all these other ventures. So you either give me my demands or I'm out of here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, these girls are worldwide phenomenons now. They can go anywhere if they wanted to. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be very interesting. But I don't know. You think it'll work out in the end? You think YG will come to their senses?
So you know, look, South Korea is not America. America's a little stupid at times, but I know the rest of the world's pretty smart. So I think these guys are pretty smart because they know a little gold mine they have in their hands. So if they want at least a little more creative control, give it to her. Just give it to her. I don't think she'll do something wrong, you know.
Yeah, and just so by any chance anyone from YG or the girls are watching this, if you ever want to come on my channel or Wizard's channel, you are more than welcome to join us, and we can talk.
Especially if the girls are watching this, you can call me. Don't even DM me. Call me. I'll give you my direct number. We can figure something out.
We can figure something out. Absolutely. Well, Mr. Wizard, I want to thank you, brother, so much for coming on and talking parks with me, talking a little Blackpink with me. If you could let everybody at home know where they can find you on social media, sir.
You can find me at Theme Park Wizard on YouTube, themeparkwizard.shop to get all my stuff at a ridiculous upcharge. It's going to cost more than a popcorn bucket, believe it or not. And then you can find me on my brand new podcast, The Doctor, at Theme Park Universe Podcast, releasing every 1st and 15th. That's right, episode 2 just released yesterday. So check that out. Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and more.
There we go. Support Theme Park Wizard, Theme Park Universe, link down below. Buy his overpriced merch.
That's right.
Thank you all so much for watching. Comment down below with all your thoughts about the Universal news we talked about today with the Fast and Furious coaster, the hotel, Universal Beijing, the possibility of that Avengers ticket possibly being that Jurassic World ride, which, God, I hope that's the case. I really do. But comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, have a wonderful, or as Ethan says, have a fantastic.